please, too.
Yeah.
Everybody ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Good morning. I'll call the regular meeting, August 13th meeting, of Mason County Fiscal Court to order. Please join me in our pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Judge.
Fine day out there today. Madam Clerk, could you start us off with a roll call, please, for attendance?
Yes, sir. Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Ahern?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame? Yes, ma'am. Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Judge McKay, that's
Y'all almost said
all
it.
right. Just a matter of time. No, you're all right.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. It's okay. So we have a few guests joining us today. I would like to introduce the court to Miss Jennifer Scarborough, seated there in the back. Good morning, Jennifer. She's joining us from Alabama. Her sister is Krista Griffith, and she's replacing Miss Allison Skaggs there in our occupational office. So we're very glad you're joining us, my friend, and welcome to the team.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome, Janet.
Additionally, if everyone will bear with me, I'm going to pull forward an appointment for the Maysville Mason County Industrial Development Authority. And we have joining us today Mr. David Mayhair. Good morning, Mr. Mayhair.
Good morning.
David. Morning, David.
David will be replacing Kenny Pitticus on our Economic Development and Industrial Development Authority Board going forward, and has been a lifelong resident of Maysville and Mason County, along with a developer and a good friend for some time. So, Mr. Mayhair, if you'll come forward, I would like to do your oath of office, my friend, and be joined by our Economic Development Director, Mr. Tyler McHugh. We'll stand right here. Morning. Tyler, I'll get you on the inside, buddy.
Good morning.
Any service?
He's getting appointed to Industrial
You're right.
Development Authority.
Oh, good.
All officers, before they enter upon the execution of the duties of their respective offices, shall take the oath prescribed by Section 228 of the Kentucky Constitution. Wherefore, the undersigned was administered the constitutional oath of office as follows. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky, so long as I continue a citizen thereof, and that I will faithfully execute, to the best of my ability, the office of board member of Maysville Mason County Industrial Development Authority of Mason County, Kentucky, according to law. And I do further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution, I, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state, nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offended, so help me God. You say I do, and I say well done. Thank you.
Thanks, David.
David. Sorry, your signature.
All right, come back. Our jackets aren't exactly the same.
No,
They're
but they're just similar.
They're just strangely
Very
close.
similar. Yeah.
Ms. Sherry, please remind me, we'll get a copy of that. Commissioners, in your packets, you will see the meeting minutes from the July 9th regular meeting, Mason County Fiscal Court. I'll entertain a motion to approve said minutes or any additions or discussion.
So moved.
Got a motion?
Second.
We have a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Ahern?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am. Commissioners, also in your packet, you will see the meeting minutes from the July 15th special meeting. I will entertain a motion for approval or any addition.
So moved.
Second.
That's all right. No, go ahead. That's fine.
Got a motion and a second from Commissioner Frame. Any additional discussion, additions, or deletions? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Ahern?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am. That brings up our road department report, and we've got roads director Joe Brown joining us today. Good morning, Joe.
There you go, there you go.
Joe.
Morning.
Joe.
Good morning. Okay. So we had, starting off on a report for July.
This is address.
We've had two of the following vehicles we sold at the upcoming surplus auction, an 03 2500 Silverado
221.
and an 08 Ford F-250. And I had some other stuff we're gonna add to the list as well. Repaired delineators on South Collins Road, cut a 15-inch pipe for cross drain repair, repaired a bridge approach on Davis Lane, shoulder driveway entrance repair on Stroh's Run, mowed a Cummins Nature Reserve and trimmed trees back, installed a new cross drain on Stroh's Run and also on Parks Run. Repaired a shoulder on Slap Pipe with new channel liner, installed cross drain pipe on Dividing Ridge as well. Repaired and replaced fence posts on Johnson Lane for mowing. And then we defined a ditch of stone on Barrett Pike. And then we had some, looks like 7 signs made, and we had 10 customers for the livestock and burial program.
Joe Wan is, you and your team are doing a great job with this new report format.
Thank you.
Also, I'll highlight the assistance in making the signs. Juan Davis made some signs for video monitoring of select areas such as a flood wall and others that we partner with our sheriff on, just trying to keep things safe and prominent. So, well done.
Thank you.
Joe, I just wanted to say I've got a lot of phone calls from people that appreciate the roads being repaired.
Oh,
Not
thanks.
topped.
I
Yes.
appreciate that.
Certainly.
That's always good to hear.
And the state's coming on pretty strong with mowing.
Yeah, they've come alive a little bit.
Clayton County, well done.
They just kinda got a bar behind them, I think.
Commissioners, any additional questions, discussions?
Make a motion to approve the report as presented.
I'll second.
We've got a motion. We have a second. Any additions, deletions, or discussions? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Ahern?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks,
Thank
Joe.
you all.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome, thank you.
Trucks look nice.
Separately? We do the surplus
Yeah, is the
separately?
surplus done separately?
The surplus them on the front end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It has on
We have to have a separate motion approved.
I don't know.
there. There's a separate surplus.
Grab in, please. Yes,
There had
sir.
been no motion to surplus.
So in your packet, can I get a motion to surplus a 2003 Chevrolet?
I'll make the motion.
Second. It's almost brand new, 2003.
So we got a motion to surplus a 2003 Chevrolet 2500 and a 2008 Ford F-250.
Correct.
Okay.
Do I have a second on that?
Yes, I second.
Yes.
Peggy made the motion, I second.
So Joe, we're just defining the two surplus vehicles.
Okay.
And that's the 03 2500 and the 08 250, right?
Right,
Okay.
right. Yeah, the 2500 is one of the ones that replaced with the newer truck.
Yes, sir.
Then the 08 was the one that's broke apart that we was pulling the livestock trailer with.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Ahern?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Sorry, buddy.
No, that's all right.
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
We good? Okay.
Thank you.
Commissioners, next up in your packet, you will see the animal shelter report, and we have Mason County Animal Shelter Director Marilyn File joining us today. Good morning, Marilyn.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Marilyn.
In July, 32 dogs left the shelter, 7 adopted, 2 reclaimed by owners, 21 sent to rescues, 2 were either euthanized or deceased. 33 dogs entered the shelter, 18 as stray, 2 abandoned, 4 owner surrender, 8 due to neglect or cruelty, and 1 other. Animal control numbers are not complete for the month of July, unfortunately. There were 32 field responses made, and 11 dogs were brought to the shelter by animal control. As of July 31st, there were 38 dogs in shelter custody, 26 on-site, and 12 in foster homes. We received a total of $3,324.58 in donations, 55.5 hours of volunteer work, and completed 11 spay-neuter surgeries.
Marilyn, again, I want to compliment you on the shelter's outreach in the form of Oktoberfest, in the form of the Rock for Rescue concert, AC/DC concert, which if you missed quite an event Saturday evening. I think it was packed up at the concert.
Washington Opera.
Yes, Washington Opera.
Yep.
Very good job. Very good job. Commissioners, any questions for Ms. Marilyn?
Make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Got a motion, and we have a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Ahern?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you, Miss Marilyn.
Thanks, Marilyn.
Thanks.
Commissioners, in your packet, you'll see our Sheriff's Office report, and we've got Mason County Sheriff Ryan Swartzky joining us today.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Court.
Morning, Sheriff.
First up, we have our July vehicle report. Everything looks good. I've had several meetings with Judge McNeil over the last month to work on our vehicle plan, and I think we're close. So I appreciate your time, Judge, with that. And we'll be updating you guys once we get things down. So thank you.
Okay, good.
The activity report should be next. We were fortunate to see a huge reduction in collisions for the month of July. We're continuing to monitor our roadways, look at data, and get creative to keep our roadways safe there. So we were happy to see that reduction. We also participated in a statewide drug trafficking roundup with the state police. We arrested a drug trafficker that we had been investigating for some time. So we were happy with that as well. That was out in the Germantown area. I'll note in September, we are hosting a human trafficking seminar. We're bringing a nationally recognized expert and speaker on this topic to the Maysville Community and Technical College. That'll be September 12th and 13th. And we're really, we want everybody that can attend to attend. It's open to the public. We'd love to see, obviously, police officers, EMS, fire, educators, but anyone in the community that has an interest in this topic is welcome to attend. So again, that is September 12th and 13th. That'll be at MCTC, and it's free of charge.
So do you have to register or just show up?
You do, you can register online, I'm glad you asked. They have a website, it's called the Human Trafficking Training Center. You can just Google that or type in humantraffickingtrainingcenter.com, or you can call the sheriff's office and we'll get you set up with registration. So
Great.
again, it's free of charge
Great.
on that. And I think that covers the activity report. Any questions on that?
Can I comment further?
Yes.
People don't really know what human trafficking is. They think it's, Russian mob, East Coast type thing. We've got 2 or 3 cases pending that Detective Reinhold at the city's been working, and y'all may have been involved in some of them. But anytime that you're using commercial activity with certain crimes, and the ones we have right now are people who are transacting commercial transactions for sex with children. So, it doesn't have to be organized crime. It's just taking advantage of youth through having them participate in crime or commercial sexual activity. So it's not just a organized crime that
Right.
the big city thing, and we are human trafficking cases here. So
Yeah.
I think there's sort of a misnomer. What is human trafficking? Selling people, whatever. But it's a whole lot more than that. We have cases here, and you all have investigations from time to time. So.
And that's a great point. And yes, we are seeing it here. And if you ever wonder what you can do, well, you can go to this training. And again, it takes a village to keep our community safe. And this training will give us the tools to do that. So that's a great point. Thank you, John.
Thank you, sir.
Next up, I have our tax disbursements for July of 2024. To the Kentucky State Treasurer, 0. To the Mason County General Fund, $40,042.51. To the Mason County School District, $102,400.28. To the Mason County Public Library, $11,798.24. The Mason County Health Department, $13,407.08. To the Mason County Extension Service, $7,150.44. 0 to City of Maysville, City of Dover, and City of Germantown. So that brings the total disbursements for July of 2024 to $174,798.55.
Commissioners, need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Ahern?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am.
Finally attached, I am presenting Sheriff Boggs' settlement for his last month as sheriff. So this will reflect his second quarter disbursements and receipts from April to May. And I just need the fiscal court's approval for this. It would just be that last month of his tenure.
So moved.
Got a motion?
I'll second.
Have a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Ahern?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am.
That's all I have.
Sheriff, I want to highlight this activity report. This is, I really appreciate it. I think the
Yes.
commissioners very much
Yeah.
appreciate it. And your activities, getting it out on social media, I think the citizens appreciate it. Well done.
I appreciate you guys working with us to get those printed, and we hope it gives you guys a good idea of what we're doing. So, thank you.
Also, I think your golf scramble is this weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, among everything else, we have our sheriff's scramble this Saturday. That all the proceeds go to the Boys and Girls Ranch and also the Kentucky Law Enforcement Memorial Fund. So it's a good cause. If you're in town, it starts at 8 a.m. At Laurel Oaks. Swing on out.
And the drive sober or get pulled over program, you guys participate in that?
We do participate in that campaign. Yeah, certainly.
Starts 8:16 to 9/2. Sheriff and I are discussing their vehicle plan, as he mentioned. We have an opportunity to look at some older model vehicles, and so wanted to update you guys that we're gonna ask that dealership to hold on to that vehicle, until we get to an agreement, so that they don't go anywhere.
One vehicle?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Hey, Ryan, I just wanted to say that putting those cars out on the AA has slowed traffic in my area.
Well,
On the
we,
AA,
you
it
know,
has.
a lot of the collisions that we see are caused by people from out of town. So I know people in town know no one's in them, but looking at the data, we saw, again, a 50% reduction in collisions just from doing creative things like that. So, so yeah, it worked.
I don't know that no one's in those vehicles. There might be.
Every now and then we'll switch
There might
them out
be.
with
We don't want the
somebody.
public to know.
So you never know.
It's helped.
During the yard sale, they should have been parked outside of Mason. I mean, that was the only, it helped. It slowed things down.
Oh, I did.
The yard sale was treacherous up around Blue Licks and different
Yeah,
places.
yeah, it did.
You helped at Maze Lake.
Yes, we were happy to see that.
Well done.
School's beginning here in a couple weeks.
Yes.
Any discussion on traffic flow or
So-
especially on Tucker, Mark Comer? or-
That's it. We've been trying to figure that out. Trying to figure out the best flow, and I don't know the answer. I don't know.
It'll work out.
We're working on it, and it will work out. It always does. It's just going to take time, I think, to to see how it actually goes. We can talk about it all day, but I think, you know, a week of seeing it will show us. So, yeah, but we are talking about it. We're working on it.
Well, it's a good time to update. You know, they've got new stop signs out there, new road paint, I guess, or,
Yeah.
you know, whatever you call it. So just be
They're four-way
cautious.
stop.
Pay attention.
So it'll take a week.
Thank you all.
Well done, my friend.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Thank you. Commissioners, in your packet, you will see the report from Emergency Management Director Tony Lease. Tony is in training this week. I wanted to highlight a few. We held an Army Corps of Engineers flood plain planning event during the month of July. Also had some incidents that our emergency response responded to: a gas explosion up on Forest Avenue, building fire there in Elizaville, house fire out on Stone Lick, minor little sinkhole there, Mason Lewis Road, some severe weather, and yeah, the cyber outages that that the area experienced. Also, I'll highlight Tony. We held a communications meeting last week discussing the repeaters out in the area for our emergency responders. We had 2 repeaters go down, have some difficulty in the area. The other 2 are trying to compensate, but it has degraded the signal out in the county somewhat. The team with RCS came in. Tony facilitated the meeting along with dispatch and others. While they were in working on those 2 units, another unit near Sardis went down. And so we are expecting by midweek this week, all those to be back up and running and good to go. And so I'm feeling pretty good that issue will be,
Are those repeaters separate from what Sheriff uses?
no.
That's the same system?
Yeah, same system, sorry.
Okay, just want to make sure we weren't talking about
Yep.
separate systems.
Nope.
Okay.
So I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner O'Hara?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am. Commissioners, also in the packet, you will see the affiliation agreement with Northern Kentucky Hazmat. That is kind of a legacy agreement we've had in place for a while, where should we have a hazmat incident, they will come help us respond. so I'm looking for a motion to approve our Northern Kentucky Hazmat Affiliation Agreement.
So moved.
Sorry, Chris.
Got a motion
Second.
and a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Ahern.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Crane.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil.
Yes, ma'am. Commissioners, in your packet, you will see our July Detention Center report, and we have Jailer Yuri joining us today. Good morning, Jailer Yuri.
Good morning.
Morning, Lisa.
For the month of July, the highest daily count inmate population was 197. Our lowest count was 173 with a monthly average of 185. Of that, 147 were males and 38 were females. Mason County had a total of 117 inmates, Brighton County 16, Fleming County 45, Lewis County 25, and all other counties 13. We've had a total of 82 Class D inmates. Controlled intake was 40 and SAP 21. Total admitted and released to the Mason County Detention Center was 265. Of that, 179 were males and 86 were females. Total community service hours worked by the inmates was 7,688 hours. Total savings to the county was $76,880. Jail reimbursements collected was $2,242.31. Bond fees was $120.77. Release fees was $232.16. Booking fees was $1,029.81. Pay My Jailer collected $2,429.83. And our House Bill 556, we were paid $18,558. The Class D trustees and inmates continue to assist the county garbage pickup, recycle center, the Mason County Road Department on a regular basis. The other agencies that they helped during the month of July was the Mason County Food Bank, the Mason County Licking Valley Commodities, the Mason County Roadside Litter Cleanup, and the Germantown Ballpark. During the month for training, our staff participated in OC exposure training, the HIP, which is home incarceration program, and the taser glove training. A total of 75 hours of training were logged. There was 5 inmates who took their GED test. I have no results on that yet. As far as the high tunnel, during the month of July, we had a total of 2,277 pounds of cucumbers, zucchini, green peppers, green beans, and tomatoes that were harvested. A total for the 2024 growing season was 2,735 pounds of vegetables. All these vegetables are used to feed the inmate population at the jail. The estimated food savings for the month, this month alone, or July's month, was $5,898, and for the total of this year was $6,848. The ankle monitoring program, we had 6 participants in the month of July and collected a total of $1,120. That pretty much completes my report.
So, high tunnel, man, we use everything that we harvest out of there. We never thought that. Okay.
Yes, we do.
Also, Joe Lear, I'll highlight, I think on 3 separate occasions since our last fiscal court meeting, the state litter abatement team has focused on Mason County. We greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
Her team's on the old hill this morning.
Yes.
Yep, fair point. So, yeah, 4.
It always makes me happy.
4, well done.
I was getting ready to say, 068's been cleaner this summer than it has been for a while.
Appreciate that.
Commissioners, any additional questions? Look for a motion for approval.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion and second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Ahern.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Crane.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very
Well done.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Lisa.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Lisa.
you. That's good.
Commissioners, in your packet, next up, you will see the report for July from the Mason County Landfill. Director Travis Cooley is at our a proof rolling testing meeting as we speak. And so I will give the update for the month of June. The landfill received 7,414 tons of waste valued at $207,709. Curve for Kentucky environmental remediation fees came in at the amount of $9,524. We did $30,398 in roll-off business for billable accounts, and 826,736 gallons of leachate were pumped to the city treatment plant through the landfill sewer line, keeping that equitable amount of trucks off our roads. Normal landfill activities are underway there at the contained landfill. I'm very excited about phase 6 as the construction continues. Previously mentioned, they are proof rolling the clay. It passed on 8/6, but they're doing a spot roll today, and so that is basically they test the permeability of the clay liner out in a larger bowl. Once that's complete on this last spot, we're expecting the liner to begin being installed, laid out, and so the liner is the large 30 or 40 mil plastic liners that will go on top.
Excuse me.
Sir?
Do we have plenty of clay? Kim will remember at times when we were building other sections, we bought property to borrow or steal clay from. I just wonder if we have.
Yeah, there's plenty now.
There is?
I guess where they're doing it, yeah.
Okay, just wondered. Because when we started operations and expanding, clay was a real shortage to us. So. Good.
Those three. Those three
We're
was the word.
So
on farms for clay, right?
all in all, we're about probably 2 months out on that project. As a matter of fact, September 27th is the final closeout date on the completion of that investment, which will give us regionally another 50 years of available space.
And a 20-year.
In addition to that, I thought it'd be a good idea to update you guys on our gypsum contract. If you'll remember, 18 months ago, we got into an agreement with gypsum for 25, 30 years, took in coal ash from DP&L and other plants, placed that amount into its own cell, and then have contracted with a firm that comes in, excavates that out of the cell, and handles all the transportation. It has been going into the cement market as well as the agricultural market as kind of a land prep, which replaces, I think, calcium back in the soil. However, we're very excited in final phase of testing with a company called Certainteed, which is a wallboard company out of northern Kentucky. And so after final testing, they're going to be sending that up to ADM Silver Grove Port up in northern Kentucky for Certainteed. But there's potential they just take the remaining amount, greatly speeding up our timetable on that project. So
Good deal.
things are going well.
Yep, I saw the pictures of the litter fence too.
Yes, sir. Yeah, good point.
Look good.
Yep, well done, guys. I can't believe I forgot that, yeah.
Make a motion to approve as presented.
Got a motion,
Second.
and we have a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner O'Hearn?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am. Commissioners, also in your packet, you will see the recycling center report from Director Randy Ham. For the month of July, we picked up 69,640 pounds. We had 2 loads of cardboard sent to International Paper in the amount of 84,560 pounds, equaling the total amount shipped for July in 84,560 pounds. And the total collected in June was $2,859 and 12 cents. Customers at the recycling center at the landfill are up for the month of July at 92. And again, the total sent to the landfill from the recycling center is £0.
Good.
Entertain a motion to approve. Got a motion?
Second.
And we have a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Hurd,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame,
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil.
Yes, ma'am. Brings us up to our solid waste reports from Mr. Chris Carpenter. June's total tonnage was 356.50 tons. July's total tonnage was 403.12 tons. We've got 399 active waste wheelers and 106 dumpsters out and active. Entertain a motion to approve the
So moved.
solid waste. Got a motion
Second.
and a second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Hurd,
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame,
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil.
Yes, ma'am. Commissioners, also in the packet, you will see the property abatement and illegal dumping reports from Director Shane Taylor. The individual properties are listed out. If you have any questions about those, I will say the Kentucky Changers was a big boost for Shane's team in focusing on about 11 or 12 just out in the county. And also want to highlight the Minerva School project is complete. You will see in our claims paying an amount for Mr. Steve Thomas's firm. And I'd like to thank Mr. Thomas for his work. I think he probably did that project at cost. But all of the neighbors out around the school seem to be very happy. And now that property is not only safe, but has been remediated into the basement. And so, well done to Shane Taylor, well done to Mr. Steve Thomas.
Judge Owen,
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know if you can answer this or not, but I noticed when you mentioned those, the Kentucky Changers, so to speak.
Yes, sir.
They tried to help on a couple of properties, and the property owners didn't want to follow up with it because they didn't want to sign a form. Do you know the issue behind that, and somebody was offering free help and?
I do not, sometimes it's difficult to catch them again, catch the owners again to get signatures. And then also, other times, we have absentee owners that make it a little bit difficult. But all in all,
Resident, changes dealing with residents, isn't it?
yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, but all in all, we're very appreciative of the changes.
Oh, absolutely, I just saw a few that did.
Often when properties fall in disrepair, there's a combination of factors, which include poverty, but also mental illness, and all kinds of difficulties that, you deal with these nuisance properties, that I could see where you would have some that are uncooperative, or people think that their property is suitable and not a problem, and maybe insulted by the overtures. But I mean, there's usually a mixed bag of problems all come together when you have these properties like this.
It's a good point. I never understood it. Thank you, John.
And while we'll get to it here in a minute as well,
This one?
I've got my notes to highlight the Mason County's greatest roadside litter cleanup weekend ever concluded at 101 miles. And our local karate team has made it to Japan and apparently is competing very well at their tournament. And so, well done all around. Well done all around.
Awesome.
So I think I need a motion to approve the property abatement and illegal dumping report.
So moved.
Second. Got a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? We'll call Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner O'Hara?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am. And so, Commissioners, that brings up to our garbage collection report. Miss Anna Madison and Derica out at the landfill doing a phenomenal job. For the month of July, we had 2,865 charges for an amount payable of $42,787.97. We received in 1,028 payments for total receipts in the amount of $35,271.70. On the roadside litter, again, we expended from the litter abatement grant $11,081.23. The majority to our karate friends. We had 110 total miles cleaned in July, with 11 different groups participating. Year to date, we have expended $13,924.43, with $9,719 remaining to be spent by December 31st. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner O'Hara?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am. And so that brings us to our treasurer's report, and we've got Mason County Treasurer Kim Hughes joining us today.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'd like to have the court's authorization to pay claims as presented, including additional claims totaling $88,921.15.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner O'Hara?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to have the court's approval of the financial statement as of July 31st, 2024.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner O'Hara?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to have the court's approval of Resolution 24-11 to approve the lease for the financing of the two road vehicles. It's a resolution approving a lease for the financing of a project, providing for the payment and security of the lease, authorizing the execution of various documents related to such lease, and making certain designations regarding such lease. We've already received these vehicles, and they've already been paid for because they couldn't hold them long enough for the finalizing of the lease. So this check will be made out back to the Mason County Road Department, just put in their funds, so we have that.
Good. So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner O'Hara?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to have first reading of ordinance 24-06. It's budget amendment number 1, an ordinance relating to the annual budget and amendment thereof. Whereas Mason County, Kentucky has realized unbudgeted receipts, be it ordained by Mason County of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. For the general fund, it is a grant for the animal shelter, Bring Love Home grant for $1,000 revenue and $1,000 in expenditures. And that's a grant that Jen Seti Botkin was able to get for us through the animal shelter. And we can use it for anything.
But we need a motion for it.
So moved.
It's first reading.
Oh.
They're doing it.
Oh, yeah, we don't, yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yep.
it, yeah.
Forgive me.
And then I'd like to have the court's authorization for order 24-07 to make interfund transfers as needed for the year. That would be general fund to jail fund, $500,000, general fund to LGEA fund, $450,000, general fund to solid waste fund, $400,000, general fund to road fund, $1.1 million, general fund to federal grants fund, $150,000, general fund to state grants fund, $50,000, General fund to landfill fund, 100,000. General fund to garbage fund, 400,000. Federal grants to general fund, 300,000. Federal grants to road fund, 150,000. And state grants to general fund for 100,000. Wherefore, the county treasurer is authorized to effectuate such fund transfers or to this ninth, wrong date. 13th day of August. I'll get that changed.
Okay, good.
Make a motion, with the change of date to August, please.
Got a motion?
Motion to approve as.
Yes, as presented, I mean,
Change
with
the
change
change,
of
yeah.
date, yes.
Second.
We have a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Ahern?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frank? Yes, ma'am. Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am.
That's all I have.
Commissioners, also to update you guys, we, later today have the extension board meeting to affirm, their, tax rate, which will complete the extension board, library, school, who am I leaving out?
Health.
Yes.
Oh, and the health department we already have. So once we have those, we're gonna come back and do a special call meeting. We could have done our rates today, however, we would have had to have publicized twice. And so we'll come back and do a special call and get it knocked out 2 weeks later, or a week later, get it knocked out and be done for the year. Okay? Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. King.
Commissioners, also in your packet, you will see the EMS report from Maysville Fire Chief Kyle Carpenter. Total runs across the county were 308, of which 56 were in the county, 252 were city runs. And you will also see the permit report from Mr. Jim Fawcett with Building and Codes. You will notice JDM flooring on there. Also highlight Standard Supply, Central Supply up on Forest Avenue. They're doing some remediation of an older warehouse wall up there, but it's really looking sharp right there in that intersection. So that brings us to new business. So commissioners, in your packet, you will see resolution 24-10, which is approving participation in CORA. CORA is the Kentucky-Ohio River Regional Recreational Authority. This was created during the last, CORA was created during the last budget session. And will include the 25 counties that are contiguous to the Ohio River here in Kentucky. Is going to form a vehicle to not only go after state funding for increased tourism and economic development along the Ohio River, but also federal funding. So think, almost a mini ARC. And will give us, the ability to partner with our fellow counties along the Ohio River to increase tourism and economic activity. Also, I'll highlight that Mason County will serve, along with 5 other counties, as the initial board for CORA, and it is following along the same structure as the Kentucky Mountain Regional Recreation Authority, or KMRRA. Mountain Region Recreational Authority was started about 5 years ago, and is really hitting their strides over in eastern Kentucky with the development of adventure tourism, adventure sports, trails, things of that nature. And so we're very, very excited about Cora. We are very excited to be participating on the initial board. And so what you have in front of you is Resolution 2410. The legislation stated that 11 of the 25 counties must pass supportive resolutions for the authority to come into existence. Once those 11 resolutions are passed, DLG will convene an inaugural meeting, kind of begin the process. And so I would look for a motion in support of Resolution 2410, publicly supporting.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Hart?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am. Also, for your all's information, the Ohio River Way group is in partnership on Cora, and the Ohio River Way are going to have their inaugural board meeting here in Maysville, and I'm just looking for the date. September 11th and 12th here at the Kentucky Gateway Museum Center. And so we're very much looking forward to that, partnering with Ohio River Way and Cora. Also, I want to turn it over to Mason County Clerk Schumacher, talk a little bit about the text alerts program, and update the court.
Sure, thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I believe I mentioned in the last meeting that I have signed up for a texting program called Text My Gov. Several county clerks across the state are using this. So it rolled out the beginning of this month. Residents can text Mason Clerk to 91896, and that opts them into this program. And they will receive text with registration deadlines, or the absentee portal is now open, or early voting has started and these are the locations. So we're just trying to give real-time information to voters so that they can, keep up to date with this election cycle. I spoke to Travis Skaggs yesterday at the radio, so there'll be something on his morning show, I think sometime this week. And thank you to Sherry. She got it on Facebook for me. So we're up and going.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Nice job, Dad.
What was the number again you texted?
91896.
And so you text that number and it makes your phone part
So
of
you
it?
text Mason Clerk to that number.
Okay.
And then I think it sends you something and you have to text yes and you want to participate, and then you're opted in.
Oh.
And at any time, if a person decides they don't want to be a part of it, they can always text stop, and that'll take them out of the feed. So,
Say 98196.
91896.
Oh, 91.
So,
And then text that, and that's it.
mhm. You have to
text
put Mason Clerk in your text message.
Make some quick, that'll pop
If
up.
you've already received that message, do you still need to do this?
And then it'll send you something and you'll text
No,
yes.
I've already got one, so I
Oh,
don't need to do
good.
it.
So, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Peggy. So TextMyGov uses a database from the United States Postal Service. So they had a pot of numbers, so to speak, and so some people automatically got a text, like Peggy.
Yeah.
And then others that didn't can still enroll by texting this number. Thank you for mentioning that, Peggy. And that is a legitimate text from my
Yeah.
office and from this service. I had some questions about that.
Is there something I was thinking about the other day? So,
Yes.
is there a way, you've got control over what is communicated out on?
Yes.
does it make sense to combine that and our emergency management?
I don't
We'll
think
keep it
the
separate.
rave system can be used for that,
Yes, ma'am.
for those kind of messages, so which is why I opted for my own.
Okay, sure.
I
right,
think it's
okay.
kept for road closures and emergency situations, so, yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Did you say 91896?
Mhm.
And you just type Mason County Clerk?
Mason Clerk,
Not county, I did that first and it
yeah.
rejected it.
MASONCLERK.
One word?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We'll host a technical assistance class
Yes.
following.
Hey, I can teach you how to roll kickball now.
That's a skill too now,
Yeah, but
don't
that's
underestimate that.
Free technical assistance following fiscal, conclusion of fiscal court. Commissioner, that takes us up to old business. Still working a little bit on these horse buggies and getting updates on that. We talked about the Minerva Gym. And also the counties. I want to highlight Sherry's work and all of the county directors' work on pulling together our surplus auction, which is slated for September 14th, 10:30. That'll be up at the road department. Now that will be quickly followed. We've identified a team, myself, John, Sherry, Dwight Crank, and a few others to review the acreage that is held by the county. And my intentions are to surplus as much of that as possible. Anything with historical significance or otherwise, we'll consider retaining. But I would like to cleanse Mason County's books of some of our acreage. And so that will be following the equipment surplus. We'll do two separate ones. We did the board appointment, and so that takes us up to communications. We talked about Frontier Housing's update for the Hazelwood project. Yes, sir, is due tonight. That will start at 5:15 there at the City Municipal Building. Also, the comprehensive plan is still underway. That meeting is tonight at 6 p.m. there at the Cox Building. We're also going to do that same meeting out in Mays Lick on the 20th, starting at I think 6 o'clock. But that is public feedback, public input from the 5-year comprehensive plan draft that is available on the website. Also want to take a quick second, update you guys from Dwight Crank and I discussed the facility team highlights. The food bank, we've completed the new roof up there for Briarly Roofing. The animal shelter, we're currently working, it has completed, Fisher and Barger has completed the HVAC that had some issues up there, the exhaust fan. The Justice Center, AOC approved some funding to pressure wash the building as well as the windows of the Justice Center. Albert City Johnson House, we have lost two contractors, but it landed on a third contractor to get our sidewalk project completed out in Old Washington. That will be Mayor Scott Arthur's team out of Dover. The Nature Preserve, we've got one grant moving along. We're seeing movement on our mountain bike trail grant, and then also just got a $650,000 grant from the U.S. Department of Forestry Services that will populate the remaining acreage out at Cummins Nature Preserve. And so we're very excited about that. The Area Development District assisted with that. And then getting bids on the RSVP building roof and partnering with Norbert Gallenstein on the Bethel Monument, the Elijah Green Monument up there for a lifelike statue of Elijah Green. We talked about the Sheriff's Golf Scramble this weekend. The Cotterill Foundation's Flood Wall Mural Project kickoff is this Friday at 2 p.m.
What is that, Judge? Repeat that again, please.
The Charlie Cotterill Foundation program to replace the hands up in the
Railroad.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Openings, we did Rack Room Shoes, Shoe Sensations, Celebration, Two Sisters Boutique, and many others. And, you know, the Walmart expansion is trying, but they're getting things pulled together. We're very excited about that investment, as well as one I'm expecting with Kroger coming up. So. Any communications from the commissioners? Guys, anything y'all can think of, anything we missed? Okay. Yes, sir.
I very rarely have an announcement to make, but I will today. My office is hosting a training for law enforcement on DUI enforcement and prosecution today. Sheriff Swolsky, the Maysville Police Department, and maybe others have about 22 officers up at Comprehend Conference Room right now, doing a training with my office. And Jenny True is the Prosecutors Advisory Council Traffic Resource Prosecutor, and she came into town today and is working on this as well. So it's a good opportunity for a local and regional training that we're hosting on DUI for law enforcement.
Awesome. Well done. Well done. Kicking off. Drive sober or get pulled over.
I should have said this when you asked Sheriff Swolsky about that, but I was not paying attention.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn, guys.
Second.
Got a motion, we have a second. Any additional discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Harney?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frank?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am.